Hello, welcome to episode 5. It's been quite a while since our last recording, right?
Not really. It's only been like 3 weeks, give or take. We recorded like
I could have sworn it was like 4.
We recorded like at the end of April. Maybe you know what? In the middle of April, maybe.
Just because the only reason I think that is because I think we're like 2 weeks off from Mortal Kombat. I think.
Yeah, because it came out at the 26th.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the week we recorded. Actually, it was like a couple days before the movie came out.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Because I think in the episode I asked you, doesn't it come out this week?
Yeah.
Okay, so it isn't that long.
Yeah.
But during that time, a couple things came out, some movies, some games. I think we're gonna start off with like the gaming stuff first.
Okay.
So I think what I want to start off with is kind of like, just because the game that I'm going to be talking about a lot might take a while, so I think I want to talk about the Sony thing first. Like they released a statement saying that basically to expect a shortage of consoles because of the... Well, they didn't say because of the chip thing, right? But we assumed it's because of that. But there's going to be a shortage till 2022.
That's correct.
For you, it doesn't affect you.
Because I have one.
Yeah, fuck you. But for people like me...
Yeah.
Not only do I have to suffer a shortage, but not also I have to suffer because the goddamn bots. Like I said this earlier today, there was a restock and literally a second everything was sold out.
Yeah.
And I was pissed. I was like, I'm never gonna get a PlayStation 5. I think I'm not gonna get one until like 2 years in. It's gonna be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But maybe it'll help because then I can play all the games that are maybe the exclusives.
That have been
Yeah.
out.
So I don't know. Maybe it'll help me. But that being said, it's really sad to hear that. I heard there might be how would I say this? A redesign that might be happening to the PS5.
Yeah, so from my understanding is that it's not going to be like anything external. Like it's not going to be like a PlayStation 5 Slim, you know. It's going to be the same, probably going to be the same layout, same design. It's just the internals are going to change a little bit. More because of the shortage, because there's a shortage on silicon and semiconductors. And I guess they're trying to go through different manufacturers or something.
Try to see where they can get.
And I guess they're trying to do some cutbacks to the point where it doesn't affect any performance as to how it is right now.
Yeah. So basically reduce it, see how low it can get, and then work from there.
Without sacrificing any performance.
Right. Okay. So now, that being said, do you think there is going to be like a Slim or like a Pro version that will come out eventually?
Slim? Yes. I think probably around maybe at the end of 2022 going into 2023. Maybe at the end of 2023, there'll probably be a PlayStation 5 Slim. As for a Pro,
very unlikely, just based on the fact that they're going to already reduce it because of the chips.
I feel like it's 50-50. I think yes for the Slim. As for the Pro, I don't know, because the PlayStation 5 is essentially a PC.
Yeah,
a pretty high end PC,
pretty decent PC. Huh?
Yeah, it's already strong enough as it is.
So it's not that it's unlikely, just that there wouldn't be a reason for it.
I don't think there'd be a reason for it.
Okay. Now, do you think the Slim would be without the disc? I would think so, right? Like, there's gonna go discless.
I kind of hope not. I like physical media.
Right, but
no.
Logically, that would make sense, right?
Or maybe there might be two versions.
Two versions as well?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
There might be two versions of that too. A Slim and one with the disc drive, but also a Slim.
Yeah. I'm just curious on how this whole production issue, because of this whole COVID thing, is very interesting. Just because I'm wondering how Xbox is doing compared to Sony. The only reason we talk about a lot of Sony is because we play PlayStation. I have an Xbox, but like all the Xbox games that I play are on PC, so it doesn't really matter to me. I wouldn't want to get an Xbox, even though technically it's the better hardware, right?
Supposedly,
yeah.
I really don't know. I had the Series S mainly because it was digital and backwards compatibility.
Yeah, that's probably the only reason I would also get an Xbox is because of the backwards compatibility, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the news of the whole Sony thing. Very interesting. I'm curious on how things are going to go. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Resident Evil. Now, full disclaimer, I hadn't played Resident Evil 7 until the week of basically leading up to Resident Evil 8. I played maybe 30 minutes twice, which is the beginning part of Resident Evil 7, but I never went past that. You want to know why?
Because you were scared.
Because I'm a bitch.
Yeah, I know.
I was too scared to play it. Now, that being said, I said, fuck it, I'll play it. And I did.
It's a great game.
And guess what? I fucking loved it. It was a great game. Now, here's the deal. I think what was good about this is that I waited so long, so all the DLC and everything is already out too. But I also think it gave me a good, like, I went in asking questions. Like, for example, I was wondering, like, why is this game so different compared to the other ones? Well, not necessarily compared to, like, 1 and 2, because 1 and 2 was, like, very close quarters, like, very minimal enemies. Like, there wasn't a lot of enemies. Resident Evil was like that. Resident Evil 7 was like that. Yeah, not a lot of enemies, close quarters, with the exception of first person, right? So, it reminded me a lot of those Resident Evils, right? So I went in there asking, like, what's so different about this? What makes it so different? By the end of it, I was like, oh, I get it. Not only is it different story-wise, it's different gameplay-wise because it is a difference compared to the previous games. Because you don't even deal with the virus in this one.
No, you don't.
And this one is a fungus. It's a mold. The mold, I guess that's what they refer to in this. So I finally played it. I had a question playing the whole game. Okay, how long has it been since you played it last?
2017.
Okay, so
I played it for like a good month when it came out. I beat it in all difficulties.
You did everything in it.
Yeah,
the main story, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I got the platinum on it. I don't think I did because there were some sections that were kind of tough to get through. Yeah, I didn't play the DLC. I didn't play End of Zoe or I'm Not a Hero.
Not even the Chris Redfield one.
That's why.
Oh, that's the one. Okay.
I think I played a little bit of the videotape DLC ones.
Okay.
Where you're hiding from Margaret.
Yeah, where it's weird.
But that was it.
Okay, so that being said, right? The reason I knew you kind of didn't remember a lot of stuff is because I talked to you about a chainsaw section, right? And you didn't remember where exactly in the game it was.
Yeah, it's like a little bit before halfway when you fight Jack, right?
Yeah, when you fight Jack. Again, when I thought was like the last time. So that being said, I went into this idea of this game asking a lot of questions, knowing that I'm going to get scared and everything. And I played it. And there were some questions that at the end of it, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I have a question for you, just so that we can get an understanding of my question, okay? So when you get the serum, you get 2 of them, correct? Remember that? You get 1 for Mira. Here, spoilers, completely spoilers on this of Resident Evil 7. You get Mia. 1, yeah, Mia, your wife, and you use it on her. That's 1, and then the other one, what do you use it for?
You use it on Zoe, or yourself.
Oh, you use it on Jack.
You could use it on your.
No. So
you come to a decision, but you end up using it on Jack.
Yeah. So one serum goes to either Zoe or Mia. Of course, there's a canon and a non-canon ending, right? So if you use it on Zoe, it's non-canon. If you use it on Mia, it's a canon ending. The canon ending. All right. Then you use the other serum beforehand on Jack to defeat him because he comes back, right? To try to kill you. Okay. So that we're understanding. 2 serums were used. They were to cure the mold, right? And they were both used. So I have a question. This was my question the whole time. Was Ethan infected?
Was Ethan ever infected?
Yeah. He has to be, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, it's been a long time. You just played it.
No.
You should answer your own question.
No. Okay, here's why I asked this question. In the beginning of the game, you get your fucking hand cut off, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Do you remember how you use your hand again?
It's been a while.
You staple your hand together, and then it works. The only reason that works, I mean, logically, right? That means you're infected because the other son, what's his name?
Lucas?
Yeah, Lucas. He gets his hand cut off also in front of you because he tries to reach over for his dad's thing and he gets his hand cut off and then he puts it back on. So then I was like, wait, is he infected? That was a question that was bothering me the whole time because he keeps healing and everything with that bottle thing and whatever. I was like, what the fuck? So that was a question that never got answered for me. But apparently it was assumed that both of them got, because of the Chris Redfield's involvement, that they both got healed, right? Oh, okay. So that was a question that was lingering in my head. And the other question that I was lingering was, like, how was this connected to Wesker or like Umbrella Corporation, right? But then I realized that, okay, it's not. It's connected to the syndicate called the Connections, right? The ones that the connections were working for that other pharmaceutical company that was racing against Umbrella. Yeah. So like this was basically, unlike the viruses, this was just a different fungus that had properties of like undead, like not dying and all that, right? Yeah. So I played it, loved it, thought it was a great game. I just didn't feel like it was Resident Evil enough, because my favorite game of Resident Evil is, of course, 4. Leon Kennedy and everything, right? Favorite game of all time. Didn't feel anything like it. But I do admit it did feel like 1 and 2 and 0. Like close quarters.
I think 7's the closest to Resident Evil.
The original, right? Like the original.
Yeah.
How it felt, right?
Yeah.
Except for the first person. That was a different perspective, right? I personally don't like those. Like, not that they're bad. It's just I preferred the action-y.
You prefer the action-y Resident Evil? Like
no.
Above 4?
No. Like, I think 4 is the best one. Yeah. I think 5 and 6 are kind of like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? But I think 4 had the perfect balance, right? Kind of like, yeah, like creepy and still like survival horror, because especially like when the horde started attacking and everything. So I think 4 was a great example. So when I saw the trailer to Resident Evil 8, I was like, fuck yes, I want to play this fucking game. And I think the best example of what this is a combination of Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 7. And they were just like, let's jumble it up real quick. And it's really good. I think it's really good. I think you should play it. Because at this point, you haven't played it, correct?
I have not played it yet.
Yeah. So I think it 100% is worth it. I think it resembles so much of Resident Evil 4. It's ridiculous.
It does. I've seen the trailers.
Yeah. But no. So even in structure. So you remember how in Resident Evil 4, you start off in the village, yeah. And then you go, and then like there's a pattern. You go into like it goes village, castle, and then
island,
and then that like factory
island. It's a separate. It's a smaller island.
Yeah. And it's factory, and it's all like action based and stuff like that. This has kind of the same properties. You start off in the village, right? Then you go into the castle, literally, and then you go into. I'm not gonna spoil the next part, but then you go into a section which is like a factory, and then you get to the end of the game. Follows almost exactly the same things, the exact same like structure of Resident Evil 4, but again, it's in through the eyes of Ethan Winters.
Yeah.
So I think the game is fantastic. I really think you should play it. It's super worth it. It answers all my questions that I had from Resident Evil 7. Well, not all of them. There's a couple ones. But the best part of Resident Evil 8, I can tell you, is that there's a joke about Chris Redfield that I could not stop laughing about. There's a joke in there that I could not believe a zombie or one of those mold things said. And I lost my shit. It was so good.
Does that have to do with how much they've redesigned Chris over the years?
No, that would have been funny too. Let's just say it has to do with Resident Evil 5. There's something ridiculous he does in the lava section. Do you remember?
The boulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They called him a boulder punching motherfucker. It was so good. But yeah, and also like I think Chris was the most annoying character for me in this game because he was never answering questions. Because he's a lot more prominent in this game than he was in 7. And so unlike the DLC where it was him, but he's in this game. Like you see him a lot. Well, kind of a lot, but. Whenever you see him, I'm like, okay, I can ask him questions now. Like, Ethan's gonna ask him questions, and he never fucking answers. And until the end. Literally until the very end, he fucking answers the question. I'm like, you could have just told me this beforehand. Like, I fucking hated it. But yeah, I think the game is really good. I think you should play it. I think the upgrade system for the weapons is so good. I think completing, like, all the challenges, because you can see the challenges in the menu now. Like, when you push start, you can see it. I think the only thing is that you're gonna play it on PlayStation, right?
Yes.
I think it's a bad choice.
It's the same shit.
No.
The challenges and everything's gonna be on there.
No. A lot of people are complaining about the aiming system of the controller compared to PC. I think the only reason the aiming system wasn't that prominent in Resident Evil 7 is because again there weren't a lot of enemies, but in this one because there's so many, it's kind of hard to like aim. On mouse and keyboard, I don't even notice it. But when I switch,
you're used to it already.
That's no, but when I use mouse and keyboard, right? But then I went back to controller, and again I play Call of Duty, so I kind of know how it feels. This felt so awkward. Like the aim assist helps, but it's so wonky. So I think you might have a little difficult time when it comes to the aiming. I think you'll get used to it. I think that's how it usually goes. But I think you'll have a great time with this game. and I can't wait for you to play it. When you do play it, I think we should really have an in-depth conversation about this game because I think the puzzle solving is kind of easy, but it's looking for the parts. I think is the part that's really interesting. But yeah, I think the game's really good. Okay, so now the movies that came out during the time, which of course we can't forget, Mortal Kombat. Which was the other one?
That's pretty much it.
Oh shit, you're right. The only one that I remembered was that Tom Clancy movie, but you didn't watch it, right?
I didn't watch it.
Yeah. Okay, so the Mortal Kombat movie came out, right?
Yes.
What'd you think of it?
I thought it was okay. I mean, I enjoyed myself. Thought it was okay though. I prefer the 1995 one a bit more.
I have to admit, I also like the other one better. I just think that this movie does a better justice for Sub-Zero and Scorpion.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, I think the beginning part was so fucking sick.
The first 10 minutes?
Yeah. It was so good. So fucking good. I think most of it was really good design-wise. I think the ones that really fucked up was Raiden, like, very much so. Like, I was like, what the fuck is this design? Like, I didn't like how he looked.
Have you not played the recent games?
No.
Well, that's probably why.
I don't really like the games, to be honest. The original ones kind of left a sour taste in me. Like the ones, it was really disappointing.
No, this last one, Mortal Kombat 11, is pretty dope.
I probably need to check it out. I don't know.
Yeah, even X is really good too.
Okay, but 100%, I think Raiden's design looks shit. Really? I think it looked like shit. I think the fact that he's like, oh, I can't interfere, blah blah blah, suck my dick. I fucking hated it.
Same thing as in the games. He doesn't interfere that much.
Because he's a god, right? That's why he can't interfere in the Mortal Kombat. Yeah. But they're not in the Mortal Kombat right now. They were fighting. The other motherfucker was intervening all he wanted.
Yes, but it's Raiden.
I don't give a fuck. What the fuck? Anyways, the other thing, Kung Lao and Liu Kang. What'd you think of them?
I liked all the characters' designs. I think they play their part very well. I think my main gripe with the movie is that when they have their quote unquote tournament, all the fights are like intertwined, and they're not that long enough. I think this movie could have benefited with another maybe 5 to 10 minutes of fighting, or at least have the fights
last longer
individually.
Right. So I see what you're saying, because it was like a montage, I guess. Like it was going through all the fights and then coming back to them and everything like that. Yeah. I think
it should have been, well, however it goes, just one fight first, like Jax versus Reiko, fight for like 2 minutes straight, and then jump to
great example of like Kano versus Reptile.
Yeah,
like to me that was a great fight.
Yeah,
although I hate how Reptile looks. I hated it. The motherfucking iguana looking at this motherfucker.
That's how it's kind of closer to his design, how you see him in Mortal Kombat X.
I thought, to be honest, I know you don't watch anime, but there's an anime called Dorohedoro, and there's this iguana looking lizard motherfucker that has it with like very sharp teeth. Yeah. I was like, that you could have got that and just made it real. This literally got an iguana and made him stand on 2 feet. It was like if Godzilla failed. Like I was so pissed. I was so mad. But that fight, 100%, and this movie was cheesy as shit.
It was cheesy,
but I loved it.
But it was entertaining.
It worked to me. Like when he killed Reptile and said Kano wins, I fucking loved it. I was having so much fun with the movie. Kano 100%. I'm not gonna say he carried the movie, because I think what carried the movie, to be honest, was nostalgia.
Nostalgia for you?
Yeah. Like I wanted to keep watching it just because I wanted to see how things were gonna turn out. I think Kano upped it.
Of course. It's like the best part of the movie.
Yeah. I think he upped it 100%, but I think basically to me, I think what carried it was because I wanted to see the resolve of Sub-Zero and Scorpion, and I wanted to see the ending of that. And it did. Like, you saw the ending literally at the end, right? I think the idea of adding a new character, did you like it or no? Like, someone that was, like, not...
When they mentioned Cole Young, I thought he was going to be, like, a supporting character. Kind of like... When you watch the 1995 Mortal Kombat movie, there's a character named Art Lean. Mm-hmm. He's a boxer. I think he's a famous MMA fighter in that movie. He's the black dude that gets killed by Goro.
Oh, okay.
And I thought it was gonna be a character like that, like another fighter. The throwaway. Like they'll kill him like maybe halfway into the movie. But no, they made him the main character. And then I thought about it. I was like, well, you know what? The games tend to introduce new characters. Liu Kang was the main character for like the first 4 games, but then they end up, like after a while, they end up introducing a new main character each installment. So I treated it like that. He played his part. I thought it was okay, and
a lot of people criticize him for being too like generic.
That's why I said I was okay.
Yeah. A lot of people criticize him for being too generic. I think there's no other way you could have done that.
Yeah.
To be honest, because he reminded me a lot of, like you said, a video game character.
Yeah.
Where like a protagonist that doesn't really talk a lot and whatever. Although I think they could have written him a little bit better. I think he was fine. I just thought it was weird. His weapon.
His tonfas?
Yeah. I thought it was weird. Like, it wasn't bad. Yeah. It's just, I thought it was, like, strange. Because I thought it was going to be a bladed weapon, to be honest. But it wasn't.
One of them does look bladed. The other one looks kind of more blunt.
Mm-hmm. But, to be honest, great character. I like the way he looked. I like the armor. How he was holding the weapons and everything. I think he was useless in the last fight.
Of course.
With Sub-Zero.
He's not very well trained just yet, you know?
Yeah, I know, but, like...
I think... To me,
terrible decision making. Like, his family was frozen, right?
Yeah.
But, like, if he broke the ice, right? Logically thinking, if Sub-Zero's alive, they're gonna freeze him again.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, why don't you go fight fucking Sub-Zero first? Yeah, well, like, what are you doing? Like, he's like, fight Sub-Zero? No, I'm gonna punch the ice real quick.
That's what I would have done too. I would have had him and Scorpion fight Sub-Zero, and then Scorpion could just melt them. Mm-hmm. Melt the ice.
I just thought it was terrible decision making character-wise, right?
Yeah.
Because even in the fight with... Goro? That was his name? Mm-hmm. Right, he fought Goro. Right? That's how he activated his
Arcana.
Yeah, whatever. I thought that fight was interesting. I wouldn't say the best because I thought they did Goro dirty, but whatever, sure, I'll take it. I think the Kana thing kind of made me laugh just because of how Kano got his ability. Mm-hmm. Was kind of fucking stupid. It was funny how the whole time he was like joking about it. It's like, am I gonna get a power? Like, and all that. And when he finally did get it, of course, typical bad guy.
Yeah.
How he got it. But I think the one that made me completely lose my shit and I couldn't stop laughing was Jax punching the bag with his tiny arms.
Oh, me too.
I could not stop laughing. It was so funny.
It was like a T-Rex. Yeah, it was like a T-Rex arm.
He was kissing the bag, bro. He was like. It's so bad. I thought also, what's the girl's name? I keep forgetting her name.
Sonya?
Yeah, I think they did Sonya interesting. Like the idea of like her wanting to be, but still haven't killed anybody. Yeah. Like her desire really was like, I want to be one of those fighters, and I really want to get an ability and everything. I thought it was really cool. I think the fact that spoilers, how she gets it with Kano and everything. I thought that was fantastic because the whole time they were having this like. Conversation and everything, they were arguing and everything. I thought the movie was okay. Like I said, I hated designs of certain characters, but I did like some of the characters. The girl with the mouth,
Melina.
I loved it.
Really?
Yeah, I liked it.
Her design was okay. I thought they weren't gonna introduce her sharp teeth, but they do end up bringing them at the last
at the end. Yeah. I think the other thing that I kind of didn't like was. What's his name? I forgot his name. Kung Lao's the one that summons the dragon, or no?
Liu Kang is the one that has the fire ability, and Kung Lao's the one with the hat.
Okay, so Kung Lao looked funny as shit, but was really cool when he was fighting. I really liked when he was fighting, especially when he got that one girl and like tore her in half. Yeah. That was beautiful. I loved it. And then he says the stupid line. I loved it.
I thought his design was dope. It's just that they did him dirty. They killed him off.
Yeah, they did kill him off. I think that's Kung Lao, right?
Yeah, it's Kung Lao, the one that gets killed by Shang Tsung.
Yeah. The other guy, I think his design was shit until he took off his shirt. Like, he doesn't look buff. Like, he looks scrawny. Yeah. And I was like, he doesn't look like a fucking fighter. Like, fuck this guy. Like, I was like, dude, what the fuck? He's like, I'm gonna teach you and everything. Like, talking all like he's super like big brain and everything. He's all talking shit, and I was like, this guy. Like, I know he is that. Like in the games and in the previous adaptations of him. Yeah, perfect. But when he was wearing his clothes, I was like, this fucker is not a fighter. This guy's gonna get bent. And then he takes off his shirt, and I was like, oh my god, this guy's like fit, like straight up. He's cut up to the fucking thing. I think the bone was the muscle. I think he's so skinny. I think he doesn't have bone. He has muscle only. I think he's just walking on muscle, like straight up. But yeah, I think it was great. I think the animation of the dragon was fucking weird. When the dragon finally eats the person, I thought it looked weird. I wanted smoke.
When he burns Cabal?
Yeah, I wanted Smoke.
Smoke?
I wanted Smoke and I wanted Baraka. Those were the two characters I wanted to see.
Baraka, if they make a sequel, will probably be in it. Smoke, I don't know.
I hope so. Baraka is such a fucking... Oh my god, it's a stupid character. But yeah, I don't know. I know they teased Cage at the end, right?
Yeah, it's Luke.
I know they did a poll.
I was about to say Luke Cage. Johnny Cage.
Yeah. They Nicolas Cage comes in. I'm I'm hoping because they did a poll of who do you think would be a good like Cage, and there was like a poll. I forgot who was on there. I know Ryan Reynolds was on there. I know. I want to say I saw Tom Cruise on there. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But there was like a giant list. But a lot of people wanted, of course, fucking Ryan Reynolds to be. Yeah. I think that would be interesting. I just I don't know how a sequel would go for this movie. I think the movie was okay. I preferred the old ones. I
prefer the 1995 Mortal Kombat, but I prefer this over Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
I think I would rather watch Minecraft like movies than that movie. That movie was a disaster. It was so bad. For a second, I thought who plays the bad guy, the king bad guy, or like the god bad guy.
Shao Kahn.
Yeah,
in the movie, I forgot his name.
For a second, not being racist, but 100%. My mom, because I was watching it with my mom, she said, "Is that Jackie Chan?" I started laughing.
Oh, y'all know you're talking about the first one, Shang Tsung.
Yeah,
Carrie Tagawa.
For a second, I lost my shit because I was like, he doesn't look this young. He's old as shit. That guy's almost dead. Like, I love the guy, but he doesn't look like this. Mm-hmm. But I think that character in particular was useless to me. Like Raiden was useless to me. Those two characters were useless. Although I think the other god like did more because he wasn't he the one that he killed the hat guy, right?
Shang Tsung.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kills him. He kills him in the new one.
Because he knocks him out of the teleport thing, right? And then because he comes back to save
Cole. Because Cole's gonna get teleported. Yeah. And he saves him, and then Shang Tsung just grabs him
and does the stupid spirit thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. This movie was all. Oh, and also, I almost forgot the two characters I hated. The main character's wife and daughter. Mm-hmm. Useless.
Of course, they're gonna be useless.
No, like straight up useless. Like straight up, like I wouldn't even stay at my own house. Like I would leave. Like if they know who this person is, like I would leave. I would go somewhere else. But no, like they stayed there, and they're like, it's better if we just stay locked in. By the way, I didn't expect a jump scare from Sub-Zero. Like I lost my shit when Sub-Zero was at the door. I was like, what is this, Jason? Like what the fuck? I think it would. Am I crazy or did they only use the Mortal Kombat original music once?
They used it a couple times towards the end, like when Scorpion comes out.
When Scorpion comes out, it was like 13 seconds of the music, and then they cut it.
End, when the credits roll.
Right. I hated it. I was like, oh shit, yeah, and then they cut it. I was like, are you serious? 13 seconds? That's it? That's all they could pay for it? What the fuck? But yeah, I think the powers for Sub-Zero, I think Scorpion looked good. I think the power for that dragon looked ass. The girl that when she gets her sonic power that busts through, looks cool. This movie's it's a funny joke in a lot of ways, but I think it's better than what we expected because I thought it was gonna be ass, to be honest.
I always thought it was gonna play out the way I thought it would. Again, I'm telling you, I enjoyed the movie. It's just the fight scenes, like when the quote unquote tournament, is what bothered me a lot. Yeah, because the dialogue is pretty bad itself, but
yeah, you can watch this movie on mute and then occasionally turn it on when the music's playing. Yeah, you can watch this movie on mute, I think.
But I mean, if those fights had been
longer, because in the old movies
edited differently than
because in the old movies there was a lot of fighting.
Of course.
Yeah, and they were long too.
They were long, and there were one-on-ones too.
Yeah, like it wasn't like this like giant montage of fights. Like it was just one fight. Yeah. Like I remember Goro and what's his name?
Johnny Cage.
Yeah. Like they lasted a while, and I was like, yes. This movie was like, oh man, I wanted more. Mm-hmm. But I think I did get my resolve with the whole Sub-Zero and Scorpion thing.
Sub-Zero?
Yeah. I did get it. It was good. I just... the decision making at the end made me laugh. Yeah. I'm going to go punch this ice. for like 3 minutes real quick. But yeah. What else do we have that we need to talk about?
Well, you know what? Sony reversed their decision on the shutdowns.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
It's funny because it happened right away, like the day after we recorded, or
really?
during the day of. Actually, I think like late.
They reversed it, so they're gonna. Yeah. They didn't put a timestamp on it. They said indefinitely, like until they make another decision. Right? Yeah. Not indefinite. It's until they make a choice. Maybe another year. Do you think?
Maybe. Oh, who knows? Who knows?
I heard there's a website that is getting all the PlayStation games and basically putting it into a storage, so that if anybody wants to get it, they could get it later. I forgot the name of the website. I'll probably have to.
I bought another PlayStation 3 and I'm out of that one. And it's pretty cool, but it's just the store but free. Literally that. It's cool.
What do you mean the store but free?
Like everything that's pretty much on the PlayStation store, but free.
So, question: if the store goes away, can you still get the games?
Well, it's a different type of store.
Okay, but
it's a jailbroken PlayStation 3.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that, again, I don't know how that works. It doesn't matter if the PlayStation Online is not available or not. You can still get it. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm assuming you play Metal Gear.
Well, I have that already on my other PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
My other PS3. My main PlayStation 3.
Okay.
But yeah, Sony reversed it. But another news with Sony, PlayStation and Discord are entering a partnership, it seems like.
Yeah, and this one seems more serious than the Xbox one, because I know Discord had a thing with...
I think they still do. They're integrated within the Xbox, aren't they?
Yeah. Like if you're playing on an Xbox, like on Discord, it shows you that they're playing something. I'm just more curious to see how it's gonna go with the PlayStation. Like if you can make like a Discord chat.
It seems like it is. I think that's what they're trying to work on too. I read something like
really?
That. Yeah.
That would be better because the PlayStation chat kind of sucks, to be honest.
The PS4 one's pretty good. The PS5 one's okay.
You don't have enough friends that have PS5, including myself, to be able to tell you that. But the PS4, you think the PS4 one was okay?
I liked it.
I think it's ass.
It was basic and easy to get on.
You know what it is? You know what it is? It's the fact that I can't change the volumes of people. I think that was my issue. Because you know how like in Discord you can like change the volumes of individuals? Because, for example, I don't want to hear Wobbler snoring at like 1,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Okay, so they reversed it. Do you think... Because, you probably don't know this. A lot of companies were like... They got fucked over because of the PlayStation Vita thing. The PS Vita store.
Yes, we mentioned that.
Yeah. I'm wondering if now... Because a lot of them just said they canceled it, right? They stopped production. I wonder if they're going to reinstate production or if they're just going to be like, fuck it.
On PlayStation Vita?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think they're just going to keep the store, but I don't think they're going to make more games for it.
No. What I'm saying is like there's a lot of indie developers that were making games still for the Vita, and they didn't know that the store was going to get closed down. So when Sony announced that they were going to get closed down, they stopped production altogether because they were like, we can't make the deadline. So now that PlayStation reversed the whole that it's going to be closing down soon, I wonder if the company that said never mind, we're just not going to make the game anymore, are going to now make the game. I'm curious. Because I would be discouraged. I'd be like, fuck. Oh, also, I almost forgot. The Battlefield 6 trailer is going to be coming out in probably June. I'm excited for that game.
I heard there's leaks. Well, the audio.
Yeah.
Like the audio leaked.
The idea of there being 120 something players.
It's amazing.
I think that's ridiculous. I'm so looking forward to this game. I hope it's better. I really hope it doesn't have the whole same issues as the last game.
Battlefield 5?
Yeah. Because Battlefield 5, to be fair, wasn't a bad game.
It was fun for what I played a little bit. It was fun.
But I think it's just the rep it got because of it. Because the whole, like, the woman with an arm. Yeah, and all those, like... I know people didn't like that.
I didn't much care for that. I mean...
I didn't care either.
I didn't care that it was a thing.
To be honest, I didn't care because the only thing I'm looking down the scope, I'm going to kill whatever is there. Yeah. So I didn't give a fuck. But I can see why some people are like, I played Battlefield because I wanted to be realistic and things like that. So, like, I guess. Yeah. But I was like...
No. People are weird. They make a case about anything. I feel like people... Like, when a new game comes out, I feel like people like purposely break it just to see if there's any bugs and then complain about it.
Look for a reason to whine, basically. Yeah. Probably. But yeah, TV shows, TV shows, TV shows. What TV shows came out?
Well, the Falcon and Winter Soldier just wrapped up.
Okay, so I binged it. Okay, first of all, let me get your opinion. I watched it back, like everything back to back. So let's see. First, your opinion. Did you watch it weekly?
Yes, I did.
Okay, what did you think?
I enjoyed WandaVision more. I thought it was good. I liked the show, but to me, it felt a lot like of stuff that I've seen before in other movies. I guess you could say.
Very cliche.
Yeah,
is
very
what
cliche.
You would, yeah.
I really like John Walker. I know people don't like him, but I mean, don't hate the actor. Maybe hate the character, but don't hate the actor. You know.
John Walker.
The Captain America for.
Oh yeah. I think he was very realistic, like a very human.
Yeah.
Captain America, I think.
Of course.
That like gave it, unlike, because there's no, like they said it even in the show, like how can you get another Steve? Like you can't.
Yeah.
There's no other person like him.
Yeah.
So this Cap felt very human. Like he went in with his emotions, and because of it, some consequences happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, I completely agree. I think the actor did really well. I think the character was really well.
It was good. Character was good. He was probably my favorite character.
This movie this series deceived me with the first episode. Here's why. It started off with a great Falcon sequence of him blowing up like helicopters and trying to save someone. And I was like, Jesus Christ, this looks sick. Like, this is like the budget, what you just saw is the budget to like an average movie. Mm-hmm. I was like, this is so cool. And then that never happened again until like the very end.
I know.
And it wasn't even that good compared to the first sequence.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of it was talking. I don't mind that. Like, I remember.
I think, to be honest with you, like, even though they didn't have a whole lot of action, it was a lot of espionage. Mm-hmm. I really like the episodes when Baron Zemo was in it. I feel like he elevates the show. Oh,
that's the guy that got out of prison.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was really good. I think his approach to things, or you're not sure if he's bad or he has personal. I think he added to the whole idea. Zero, one of our friends, mentioned something to me so the whole show was okay. I think the chemistry between the Winter Soldier and Falcon felt strange, but I think that was the purpose, right? Like they didn't feel like buddies because Winter Soldier was trying to like feel distant from everybody because he felt the guilt of what happened, things he did. So he kind of distanced himself from everybody. So that whole awkwardness makes sense to me. But his idea of the shield, like yelling at Falcon for not taking it and everything, makes complete sense to me. I think the part that didn't make sense to me, and I think this is what made the show a little weird, is that I didn't get the bad guy.
Carly?
I didn't get her. I didn't understand her reasoning. I didn't get it. I didn't feel attached to her.
Well, she's a freedom fighter.
No, I understand that, but like I didn't feel like, what was her impact?
Nothing.
What made her that way? What was her reasoning? Apparently, and this is what Zero told me. Again, this is completely based on what he told me. He said that there's supposed to be some type of virus that killed the bomb, but because of this whole coronavirus thing that happened, like that, they cut it. They cut the whole virus part of the whole...
okay.
Because just to be sensitive of the times and everything like that. To me, it doesn't make sense why they would cut it. Mm-hmm. Because...
Well, it's funny you said that because for the post-credit sequences, they cut them out too because they tie in with Black Widow. Because this show was supposed to... I think both of those were supposed to come out already. I think Black Widow was supposed to come out. It was supposed to be out, and then this show was supposed to be the first one out before WandaVision.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so to me that makes sense, right? Like, why they would cut things, especially because they had to move things around because of like certain movies not being out and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about what made the show good and what made the show bad. I think I'll start with the bad first, right? The thing that made the show bad, I think, was the lack of action, right? Like I said earlier. Like, the first episode was great because it had an action and then it had, like, character development, right? Mm. I think it lacked a lot of action. Now, I get why, because this show wasn't meant for that. This was more of a psychological and personal story, more than anything. Like, getting to know a couple secrets, like that one character, what's his name? The other super soldier that no one ever talked about.
Isaiah Bradley?
Yeah. So, to me, it makes sense. But I think it also, like, affected it. I think... The other thing that kind of was really funny and that seemed bad to me was there was a lot of moving parts that if you hadn't watched the previous movies, like for example, the fact that Winter Soldier went through like a rehab. I'm just gonna go with that. Rehab in Wakanda, when he was like trying to get rid of like certain memories and all that stuff. And so like there was a moment of that with that one girl from Wakanda, and I thought if this scene wouldn't make no sense if you hadn't watched any of any of these things. So I think they expect that if you're gonna be watching these,
they watch the movies.
They watch the movies too. So that's a good and bad thing too, though, because it kind of like because WandaVision you can kind of go in on it into it like not knowing anything because it has its own like story.
Yeah.
But still, it would be great if you knew kind of the whole what happened to Vision and everything and all that stuff. I think this show also has that problem where like someone new kind of you won't understand why Winter Soldier is the way he is, why Falcon is the way he is, like because he was in the blip and so things happened while he was gone and all that stuff. Yeah. So I think this show is bad for new people. I think it's okay for people that know stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't think this show is good.
Yeah.
I think it lacks a lot. Lacks a lot. I think the fact that Falcon didn't get the super soldier serum is interesting to me. Is an interesting choice.
He never has the super soldier serum either way.
But this is what I thought would happen. Okay, tell me if this is not what kind of makes sense, right? Let's say that girl, the one because she had a couple serums, right, for it because that's the whole story. Like she got serums and started injecting her friends with it.
Yeah.
Like what I was thinking is that she was gonna get Falcon and inject him with it. To me, that would make sense, right? So then he gets the serum, has the strength and everything. The other thing is, I have a question. How is the new Cap doing all the tricks that Captain America was doing?
He has a super soldier serum too.
Does he?
When Zemo comes to try to gun down Carly, she drops all of them. He at least I think he breaks. He thinks that he breaks all of them, but then John Walker sees that there's one left. He just grabs it and he takes it away. But you never see him putting it on until
no before that, because the truck scene.
That was just him then.
My question is how. There's no way, like, he calculated that, like, to throw it and it was gonna come back to him.
Probably just luck.
Nah, okay, luck my ass.
Probably just luck.
Yeah, okay. I thought it was ridiculous. I thought it was ridiculous that a normal human could do that. Which is why the whole idea of,
Falcon knows how to use the shield, too, and he's a human. It comes back to him the same way as the shield came back to
John
Walker.
Which, again, that's why I'm saying, like, I think Falcon should have gotten the serum. Like, I think logically, to me, it makes sense why the serum should be put on anybody that has it. Which also makes sense why I think the Winter Soldier should get it to begin with.
The shield?
Yeah. I think it would be a great redemption arc for him.
But but I think the way they're doing it is based off themes, because in the first Captain America movie, Erskine tells Steve Rogers that he's not that for the serum, it's not given to the perfect soldier, but to a good man. It's the same thing with Falcon and Winter Soldier. Right. Winter Soldier is the perfect soldier, but Falcon is a good man.
Yeah. It makes sense, right?
And they gave him the Captain America.
But again, but he didn't get the serum, though. Yeah. So that's my issue. I'm like, I think the serum... Anybody that wields a shield, if they're trying to be like Captain America, I think, to his standards, it's impossible for a regular human. I think it's bullshit that the guy was... Not only is there a wind coming by in the truck, he has to throw it so it goes past the strength of the wind, and it has to have enough power to knock someone that has serum down. I don't know. It was bullshit. I don't know. Anyways, I think the other girl, the blonde girl, what's her name? So was she a bad guy? Okay, this is what was confusing.
Well, it seems like she's gonna be a villain throughout, or from here on out, because she was a power broker.
She's the one that like trying to get the
serum back from Carly.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know. I'm.
Who is she supposed to be? Who is she?
She was in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and Civil War. She's the one. She's Peggy's great niece.
Okay, so I have a very important question.
Something along those lines.
I have a very important question.
What?
All right, question: is she a descendant of Cap?
Because at this point, I don't know since he went back in time.
Exactly. So that's my question. Like this whole time, I was wondering, like, is she a descendant? Like, what the fuck?
I think technically he would be the uncle.
All right, because niece, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right.
Or great uncle.
Okay. I don't know. It seemed weird to me. Like the whole
it's a little weird.
Yeah, but, the timeline and everything.
But pre-Avengers Endgame, then yeah, I mean there weren't no relation there.
Oh, also another thing in the first episode that pissed me off: the guy driving the truck, the Humvee, the guy that's like a super like Falcon fan, I guess.
Yeah.
I hate him. I hate how he's reacting. I hate how his binoculars are better than any military ever created. He could see every little detail. I swear he could have seen like Falcon sweating. Like I swear to God, he's like, "Oh my God, that was so cool." I hated him. Like, God damn it, I fucking hated him. Anyways,
enough about that show. It's time to go to the next superhero show, which is probably the best superhero show.
The best thing that happened
in a while.
Yeah, I agree.
Invincible.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
What an intro.
What an ending.
No, fuck the ending right now. What an intro. So, those who haven't seen Invincible, first of all, watch it. Like, hands down. Not even based on what we're going to say right now. Just watch it. Like, if you just go watch it. The first episode alone, and also watch it after the credits, because a lot of people skip the credits. Mm-hmm. So, stay for the end credits. The first episode starts off, and it lies to you. I thought it was gonna be like Teen Titans. Mm-hmm. It felt very like Teen Titan-esque. Mm-hmm. A kid doesn't have his powers. His dad is Omni-Man. Yeah, quote unquote, the Superman of this universe. Yeah, he has powers, but his descendants doesn't. So the son is like very like, when am I gonna get my powers and everything? The dad's like, don't worry, you're almost of age.
It's almost like Black Clover in My Hero.
Yeah. Like don't worry, you'll do it, right? Yeah, and then. He gets it first episode, right? So then his dad starts teaching him, and then it seems like a little happy moment, right? Mm-hmm. So then, right off the bat, in my mind, I'm like, this guy's like, the dad's gonna die, mm-hmm. and he's gonna have to learn like his powers. Like I'm making my own storyline. Mm-hmm. Then the credits hit, and I'm like, oh, this show's okay. And the credit after, with the Guardians of the Globe, mm-hmm. or like the Justice League.
Well, that's before the credits.
Is it?
Yeah, it's before the
I'm pretty sure it was right after. Like, wasn't it?
It's before the show ends.
Really?
The episode ends.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was after.
No, it's before the show ends.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter. The ending is basically Omni-Man goes and just destroys the Justice League of this show. The Guardians of the Globe.
Spoiler alert, just in case you haven't watched it.
Listen. Go watch the first episode. Should have just taken my advice in the beginning. He just annihilates everybody. And you're just like, what just happened? I think the first episode, I'm like, after that, I was like, what the fuck just happened? After the first episode, because I watched it when like it first came out, I immediately went and read all the comics. Like, immediately. I did not give a crap. I went and immediately read them all. And then I continued watching the show. Yeah. Right? And the show was so good. It's really so good.
Really good.
I think... This is, how would I put this? It was like if they got the basic superhero tropes of cartoons, mm-hmm. and then they got the boys, and they were like, let's just shove blood and gore mm-hmm. real quick into this, and let's make Superman just kill people. I thought this show just fantastic. The blood wasn't too much. It was just perfect. It wasn't unnecessary.
I think the most graphic scene in the entire show of the first season was the ending of the first episode.
I know that last episode, what happens to Invincible, was kind of...
Oh wait, that's right. Yeah, that's because I was thinking dismemberment, and there was a lot of dismemberment in that last episode.
That last episode, like just one scene itself when he puts his son in front of the train. Yeah, that alone made me like cracked me up. Like, I couldn't believe what I was watching.
I was like, he's not going to do it.
Yeah, straight up.
And straight up doesn't.
I was like, this was what would happen if, you know, that one scene in Spider-Man 2 when he's holding the bus? I mean, not the bus, the subway. Yeah. And then imagine, like, he just goes through the subway and just starts destroying everybody. That's what I imagined. Dude, this show is so good.
So good.
I think what pushes the show, and this is the thing with the comics. So, in the comics, you get to know the
Guardians a little bit more. That's what I read too. That
you get to know them a little more. Yeah, before the events actually happen. But I think for a TV show, this made sense because the whole idea is like, why do you do it? And that's a question that lingers for a while, and then you don't get that conclusion until the very end. I think there was only one thing that I thought was really strange, that I think was out of place, but again, it is a cartoon, I guess. Was when he went to go fight that one guy that was approaching Earth, and then he just ended up talking to him.
Alan the alien.
Yeah.
When Invincible went to go fight him.
Yeah. And he lays him out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was very weird, but it was welcoming. Like, it wasn't something like I was like, get it out of this show. Yeah. I was like, okay, I guess. The other scene that was really funny was when Omni-Man goes into the other planet, the other dimension, and just annihilates the planet.
Destroys the fucking flaxseeds.
Yeah, and then he tells them, hey, open another portal, and then drops the world, and then he just comes back. That was crazy. I think the mystery of Omni-Man lingers throughout the show, and it pushes the show. Yeah. I'm curious if they do another season, because it is confirmed, right?
They're doing
2 and 3.
Seasons 2 and 3.
Yeah. I'm curious on how it's going to handle it now, because you already know the intrigue it's gone.
Yeah.
The whole mystery between Omni-Man and why he did certain things. But I think overall, I think if you don't think you're interested in Invincible, I think watching the first episode should give you either,
because it may seem like a Young Justice type of cartoon when you look at it, you know, when you see the ads, but you have to actually watch it in order for you to find out that it's not meant for kids.
Yeah, like,
you can show it to your kids if you want. I mean, it's not the worst thing you can show them. But...
Can you imagine, like, you're a parent and you think this is a superhero thing, and you tell your kid to watch this, and immediately at the end you just bunch of death.
Yeah, you're like, oh my god, what am I showing them?
I think what made me laugh the hardest of the show was how Batman died.
Darkwing?
Yeah.
Because it just got slammed.
He literally
splattered.
Yeah, he just died. Got grabbed and died. I think it was so bad. The Wonder Woman, the next... Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Her neck got turned and then she spits out blood.
Yeah, oh my god. It was crazy.
I mean, I'm sorry for spoilers, but it's just it's hard not to talk about it.
It's so
good. You know what I really like? At the end of episode 7, when the Immortal came back to life, and they actually put up a fight for getting killed. Yeah, when they both smack into each other and then just goes
Sonic the
Sonic boom.
Yeah,
that was pretty dope. That was really good.
Yeah, I don't know. I really recommend it if you get the chance. Buy the comics; they're really cool. Yeah. But I think, and also I also like the relationship between the new. What's it called? The new Guardians of the Globe. I thought it was interesting. That monster girl, whatever her name is.
That she reverses
time every time she uses her ability.
Yeah. Well, her she de-ages.
Yeah. And just the consequences that happens to one of the missions. What happens to her?
Yeah, when Battle Beast nearly freaking.
I was like, oh my god! I was like, oh my. Like, it wasn't just the one of them; it was like three of them.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. Yeah, I don't know. This show is really good. I strongly recommend it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think out of everything we watched, I think Invincible is like the most recommended.
Yeah.
Right?
It's probably the best. The best thing since sliced bread.
I don't know about that. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I think top 3 cartoon shows, I think.
Right now?
Yeah. Oh. Like, I'm sorry, but like, without gore, like if we're just going by some like adult-esque cartoon, I think it's number 1. Yeah. But if just cartoons alone, I'm sorry, but Last Airbender is up there. Right after Teen Titans, and then this show. But I think just like entertainment value, especially now that I'm older and everything. Oh my god, I love it. But yeah, that's everything that's happened so far. Anything new gonna happen anytime soon? Oh, the MCU Phase 4 like trailer, I guess.
Oh yeah, the See You at the Movies trailer.
Yeah,
that it skims through like all the way up to the Infinity Saga, and then it shows snippets of Black Widow, Shang-Chi, and then you finally get your first look at the Eternals. And then after that is when they start laying out all the movies that are coming out with the release dates, except for Fantastic Four. I think Shang-Chi is the only one that like intrigued me so far. I think Spider-Man, right? The Spider-Man movie that's coming up soon is the other thing that really interests me. Are you interested in for Black Widow at all? Yeah, of course.
I don't know. I'm not interested.
I'll watch it.
The other thing that I'm interested in, also in the veins of Spider-Man, right?
Well, I'm also interested in the Eternals because it's the Eternals. It's
I don't know what that means.
I want to know why.
I don't know what that means.
Why they haven't been around, but supposedly rumors are that, or I guess they're gonna go with the story that they've been on Earth, or they've been living amongst the humans for so long that they forgot that they had powers.
What?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's based off one of the books.
Okay.
Or one of the.
Interesting. I don't know who these people are, so I don't know what their importance is.
I don't know them very well either. I just know that. I know they're a group, but only like a couple of them are Avengers.
Oh, they're related to the Avengers stuff? I didn't even know that. I thought they were their own. I thought they were like the X-Men or like the Fantastic Four, where they're like their own group.
Well, they're also their own group, but some of them are Avengers too.
Interesting. All right. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Speaking of the web slinger, the new trailer came out.
Oh, Venom?
Yeah.
Let There Be Carnage?
Yeah. Yo, it looks silly. To be honest, it looks silly. Extremely silly for my liking. But that's what I said about the original Venom, and I really liked it.
Yeah, that movie wasn't that bad. Yeah. It was a pretty divisive movie.
Yeah, I liked it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So I'll probably enjoy this too, to be honest. Especially I always forget people's names. The guy that plays Venom. I like him.
Yeah, Tom Hardy. He's very good.
No. Oh, I'm sorry. The one that plays Carnage.
Oh, Woody Harrelson?
Yeah, I like him. I just... I just can't unpicture... Because the trailer shows Venom cooking. Mm-hmm. And I can't unpicture that. Like, to me, like, when he sits down to eat and everything just splatters all over the place.
It's like, ketchup!
Yeah, and he misses.
Yeah.
I don't know. This movie looks so stupid. I know, but I'm looking forward to it. So we'll see how that goes. But I think that wraps up everything for this episode, right?
That sums it up.
Yeah, but what's something to look forward to now?
Well, you can take comfort in that the PS5 may be redesigned, so there might be more units.
I'm not getting it this year.
Next year, maybe.
No, that's not what I'm looking for. What I mean is, like, is there any movies coming out soon?
Of course, if you like Resident Evil, you can play that. As for movies, well, you have... Okay, there's one thing about... A Quiet Place Part 2.
Oh, yeah, that's the one thing I was kind of...
Theaters are open. Movies coming out. That you can watch that. That looks
I thought that movie had already come out, to be honest.
It was supposed to come out already a long time ago. Like, almost a year ago, maybe.
Okay, so
you got that. You got...
When's Fast and Furious supposed to come out?
Fast and Furious 9 at the end of June.
Okay.
Big budget movies, that's all I can think of right now until, like, July with Black Widow. Mm-hmm. And then you got Venom. Honestly, don't know. I gotta look at the movie list. It's been a while.
But yeah.
Oh, I want to watch Army of the Dead.
Oh yeah, that movie. That movie looks sick.
I think that comes out this weekend.
Okay.
On Netflix.
Oh really? Directly to Netflix?
Zombie Tiger, man.
Who's the one that directs this?
Zack Snyder.
Interesting.
Have you not seen the trailer?
Me? No, I haven't seen it.
You should watch it. It's pretty dope.
Batista's in it, right?
Yeah, he's the main character.
Okay. No. But we'll see. We'll see what we talk about next.
Oh, and then we got Loki.
Oh, that's right. It's coming out.
That's coming out on Wednesdays.
Cross my fingers that it's good. Again, I'm going to do the same thing I did with other shows. I'm just going to binge it. I'm just going to wait.
Yeah.
I just hope memes don't spoil it for me. Because I kind of did with Falcon a little bit.
And then you probably should watch them right away.
I don't know. I just... Like, I did that with Wanda, and it made more sense binging it. But we'll see. We'll see.
Just remember, it's Wednesdays. Wednesdays, that's when it comes out.
Mm-hmm. All right. Have a good one. Bye.
All right, see you later.